This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Hi, my name is Igor Kheifets, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle.
Welcome back, list builders, to another edition of List Building Lifestyle with your host, freshly back from the U.S., Mr. Igor Kheifets.
What is up, Jonathan?
Feeling good, man. I don't know. I feel like I missed you, and you were so close. You were here in the U.S. for a little bit, and I didn't even get to see you. I feel gypped.
Yeah, we actually shared a time zone for the first time in our lives.
So how was that trip, man? What's your big takeaway from your travels here?
Honestly, my biggest takeaway is that you guys got it so good over there in the US. You have no idea the abundance you live in. You know, it's like coming back to Israel. It's like going back to the Stone Age. It's like going back to a Windows computer after you've been using a Mac, an Apple device for a year. It's just painful. Honestly, just my brain hurts and my heart hurts realizing that, oh my God, I could be living over there and the quality of life would be so much higher.
Wow. That's interesting. So now, does that motivate you to get the hell out of Israel or what?
Well, to be honest, that's not as simple as it sounds, but it definitely makes me look over there. It's not like I wasn't aware of the fact that the United States is one of the greatest countries out there, especially, one where you could raise a family and have a great life. But now, it's just after some things, you know them, but once you experience them firsthand, it's a little bit different. So I don't know what the future holds, but as right now, US got a few extra points, and Israel just lost a few points for me.
And it's a little twisted though, because you went to Las Vegas, and you can't really compare that to all of the US. So
well,
you got a twisted view.
There's people living in Las Vegas, and I spoke to them. Met a few kind of just players in the industry, and they're so happy living in Las Vegas. And I can see why. I mean, you got shows every night, you got the best restaurants in the world. Not sure about education and stuff like that, but the quality of life is definitely higher than the Hicktown that I live in. So
no kidding. So Igor, what do you have in store for us today?
Well, I'd like to chat about something that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, although everybody's aware of this quote-unquote issue, and that's the mobile traffic issue. In other words, in spite of mobile traffic taking over pretty much every avenue of the web, the vast mob of marketers are still skeptical and even fearful about it. They don't think it'll convert, and they refuse to believe that people actually buy on their smartphones. And, I'm here to tell you that they actually do. Mobile can no longer be ignored. In fact, last I checked, ClickBank has adopted mobile-friendly order forms, and so any major opportunity in our industry today. And, from a personal standpoint, something happened to me recently, which kind of just made me realize, hey, it's time to talk about mobile because, as I was in Vegas, me and my wife, we had a bunch of shows booked, and we went to the Penn and Teller show, which is, the two magicians that can reveal how tricks are done. And, Penn is just an amazing marketer. He's a writer. He's got a bunch of books out there. I mean, they can really sell, and he can tell a story, let me tell you. And so before the show begins, there's a few ads, right? And one of the ads says that Penn has just published a brand new book called Presto, How I Made 100 Pounds Disappear. So it's basically a book about his weight loss journey, where I just highly recommend it for the sake of the storytelling, because, the way he writes is so entertaining. It's incredible. And you might as well learn a few things about weight loss, which you didn't know. Like, this guy actually lost weight eating nothing but potatoes and doing zero exercising. Like, it's just incredible. It's like the dream diet. So, as soon as I heard that he's got a book out, you know what I've done? This is like to consider the circumstance. I'm about to see a show. I'm abroad. I'm not home. Okay. I'm on my, roaming connection, whatever that is. And I'm just waiting for the show, waiting for it to start. And, something that I actually like, which is books, and I become aware of something being for sale, something available to me right now. So what do? I pull out my iPhone, I get on Google Chrome, I go on Amazon, and I purchase the book right on my phone using the one-click option, the one-click purchase option they've got on Amazon. Now, if it was on PayPal, I would have logged into my PayPal and did the same thing. In fact, I remember back in Orlando, I went to this seminar where I met this guy who became my mentor for a brief period of time. And we were having dinner where he was basically pitching his coaching. And I PayPal'd him right then and there. I just went into the PayPal app and I sent him $4,000 over the phone.
Wow.
And that was back in 2014. That was actually before Dennis joined us. So that was a long time ago. And still, I paid somebody $4,000 over the phone. So my point is this. If you are afraid of mobile traffic and you go through great lengths to avoid it and to even fight your traffic provider and tell them, hey, don't send me mobile traffic, I think you're making a big mistake. You're leaving a ton of money on the table because most of the traffic in the industry today, okay, if not permanently then it originates on mobile phones. I mean, most of the Google searches, most of the Facebook browsing, it's all going on the mobile phone. And there is no way to avoid it. But as soon as you can embrace it, you can make it into a very profitable avenue for yourself.
I'm confused, Igor, because most of the people that I talk to and most of the news that I read is stating exactly what you're saying. Everything's going mobile. The world is becoming more mobile. People are connected because of mobile. So why on earth would anybody be refusing or shying away from mobile traffic?
Well, first off, Jonathan, you know as well as I do that people are afraid of things they don't know. We are afraid and skeptical of the unfamiliar. So mobile, let's face it, it's brand new, so it's not as familiar as, say, desktop traffic. However, another reason people are afraid of mobile is because the idea that someone would actually use their phone to give you money is still a bit of a weird idea. If you think about it, the baby boomer is probably reluctant, at least to an extent, to make a purchase over the phone.
Yeah.
Unless it's an app store purchase, of course, unless it's an app. But, I checked in with another traffic provider in our industry who's a friend and a coaching client. And I was sharing this exact thought with them. And they said that they checked their PayPal report for the month of, I believe it was either September or August 2016. And 98% of the purchases made by their clients. Okay, so the clients who were clicking on the PayPal buttons, or when he was asking for them to send him money, they happened on the mobile phone.
98%.
98%. Almost
Wow.
every single customer he closed that month sent him money over the phone.
That's ridiculous, man.
It is.
If he didn't have PayPal, if he had a business.
Yeah, and that is why you see every advancement in our industry right now going towards mobile. You see mobile friendly, VSLs. You see mobile friendly sales letters. We are still going through all of our pages. We got 500 pages on our network as far as offer pages for Igor Soloeds, and we're still going through all of them to locate the pages we still have not optimized for mobile. I actually found one yesterday, which surprisingly doesn't convert as well, but it will convert much better as soon as it's mobile friendly. So again, the point I'm making on today's episode is this. Mobile traffic is here to stay. Mobile traffic is, at this point, the larger part of the entire traffic available to you in the industry. Meaning, by the way, when I say mobile traffic, we have to remember that most people today check email on their phone. I mean, that's just something we all know. Very few people at this point check their email exclusively on their laptops or computers. A lot of people buy an iPad just for the sake of checking email. To be quite honest with you, I can't think of anything else you can do with an iPad besides check your email and play games.
Consume.
So, anyone who has an iPad usually tries to justify its existence in their household by checking their email. An iPad is still a mobile device. It's not a desktop computer. So that is why you absolutely have to, first of all, accept the idea that mobile is good. It's not bad. It's actually good. Accept the idea that people buy on mobile. Okay, just like I've explained a couple of minutes ago. And also accept the idea that whatever you're doing, you have to make sure it's always mobile friendly, no matter if it's a video you're putting out there, no matter if it's a page you're putting out there, no matter if it's an opportunity you're working with, and just making sure that the order form that the client will have to fill out is mobile friendly.
Is that one of the reasons then that people shy away from it because of the extra work or what they think is extra work to make everything mobile friendly?
Well, to be honest, I don't think most people are aware what mobile friendly is, and they can't really tell whether or not their pages are mobile friendly. I don't think most people's technical skill set and awareness level is high enough to be able to make that distinction, Jonathan. But now that we're mentioning this, I believe this awareness will go up. I mean, at least I hope to contribute to increasing this mobile awareness, because at least, the very least you could do is ask a question. Now, if you have a site of your own and you don't know if it's mobile friendly, you can just visit your website from your own phone. And if you actually have to use your index finger and a thumb to kind of get closer to read. So if the text is really small and you have to kind of zoom in and zoom out to read a paragraph of text, that means your website is not mobile friendly, and that means you're probably losing, or should I say, not utilizing a big chunk of your traffic.
Wow. I take it for granted, all the stuff that we know. And I'm thinking, how often do you run into this in your business, Igor?
Well, quite a few times in the recent month, which is why we decided to devote a whole episode to it, because just the most recent example had someone reach out. They booked a promotion with us, ready to go. We built them a landing page, which is, by the way, when you run traffic with us, we build you a landing page, which is something we're open about. And, I kind of shouted from every rooftop, but these pages are always mobile friendly, just, FYI. So this person, while waiting for the traffic to begin, all of a sudden they come to realize, oh my God, wait a sec. Igor, is your traffic mobile, or will it be desktop, or what's the ratio, right? And if it's mobile, I don't want you to send me any mobile clicks, only send me desktop clicks. So when I hear stuff like that, it really tells me that the awareness level of how money is being made and how how's money circulating in our industry, I guess that's the right term to use, is very, very low. Because someone's out there right now, some guru, okay, that teaches people that mobile is bad, that mobile doesn't convert, that mobile is something you should run away from. Now, obviously, if it's mobile traffic coming from the App Store, so if there's some kids, some 12-year-old playing Angry Birds, and all of a sudden they get an ad popping up that says, "Hey, make money online," and they click on it because they just want to make some money. Because I mean, the kids know the value of money today. I mean, my daughter actually learned the concept of shopping before she learned the concept of anything else, I think, which is primarily the fault of my wife and her and my father, who just spoil her. But if that's just a 12-year-old kid who plays an app or a game and then clicks on an ad, he doesn't have a credit card or anything, and it's just a useless visitor, I agree. That sort of mobile traffic is crap. That's the kind of mobile traffic you don't want to be a part of. Usually these clicks cost less than 10 cents. So if you go on any mobile network, any mobile traffic network, usually you can get super cheap traffic, but most of it is just crap. But if we're talking about somebody who's a qualified prospect that wants to learn more about your product or offer, and they happen to be checking their email or visiting a website on which the banner ad is on their mobile device, there's really nothing wrong with that. And most of the traffic today is just like that. In fact, I know mailers, huge mailers, people who used to mail 10 million emails per day.
Wow.
Which is an incredible amount. Now, most people probably tag them as spammers, but I call them mailers because that was their profession. They moved away from that. They moved away from mailing those records, from managing lists, brokering lists, etc. They moved into just managing mobile advertising campaigns. And just because there's just so much traffic out there, so much mobile traffic out there, that it has become a demand. There was actually room in the marketplace for them to come in and use their experience and apply it in the mobile space. So anyway, that's the big idea. Mobile is good. Mobile is here to stay. And you can and should be making money with mobile traffic if you're smart about monetizing it.
Now, when you're doing these ads for people, is it always going straight to a sale or is it going to an opt-in page?
Well, when we run traffic for our clients, we always insist to run the traffic to an opt-in page simply because, first off, it takes a lot of the risk and a lot of the unnecessary risk out of your advertising. Because think about it, if you send 10 visitors to a sales page and no one buys, you just lost 10 visitors and they're not coming back. But if you send 10 visitors to an opt-in page and 5 of them have opted in, you now have 5 emails and 5 people who checked out the sales page. So, not to mention, of course, the concept of micro-commitment, which means they have committed through action by entering their name and email or just their email. And this action tells you, hey, I am serious. I want to learn more about this. I'm not just, lurking in the shadows, kind of checking things out, right? So this is a much more qualified prospect than somebody who just clicks on a link and ends up on the sales letter. And we actually tested this last year when we had an unfortunate setback. I had one of my Aweber accounts shut down. It was an account with 100,000 leads, my primary one. I've had it for 7 years. Oh man, it just I kind of just went into like a 3-day depression after that. I did not know what to do, and eventually we figured it out. Now, what happened was, on the second or the third day, Dennis said, wait a second, why don't we just drive traffic directly to one of our pages on the back end? And this way we will actually have way more people hitting that page, so we might as well make either as much or maybe even more money. And we tested this, and turned out that having twice as many visitors hitting that page was not even close to having half the visitors hitting that page after they opted in.
Wow.
So for the sake of simple math, if we were making $1 per every opt-in per month on the list with the squeeze page, okay, we were making less than 7 cents per visitor to that page without it per month. So like the profits are so much higher when you make people jump through some hoops. It's just, and again, it's called the micro-commitment concept. Ryan Levesque talks about it in the book Ask, I believe. I definitely heard him talk about it in his talk at the Underground. Basically, it's a brilliant psychological concept which forces people to take your marketing seriously and give it way more attention and way more weight in their day-to-day life.
Interesting, man. Interesting. All right, we're coming close to the end here, Igor. What do you have coming up for us next time?
Well, Jonathan, one of the biggest concerns I get from people about email marketing is that they don't like making claims, especially if they never made any money before. So, in other words, you can't really go write an email about, hey, I used this program to make $1,000 this month if you actually did not make $1,000 this month. And even if you have, a lot of people, for some reason, feel uncomfortable stating that. So what I've done is at the Underground seminar, I met this amazing copywriter that no one heard about before. This guy has actually been just working under contract for Agora Financial, which is one of the largest information marketing companies out there. They make ridiculous amounts of money. I think they're close to $1 billion a year now or something like that. I mean, you know them. I think you interviewed one of their, the higher level in the chain of command.
Joe.
Yes.
Joe over at Agora.
So this guy, I spoke to him about making claims. I spoke to him about the challenges that people share with me about email marketing. And he said, well, you know what? Let me come and do an episode for the List Building Lifestyle Show where I'll share how you can avoid making claims and how you can actually do something that works way, way better than making claims. And it has to do with a couple of irresistible factors in email. In other words, something that the psychology of the human brain simply cannot resist. So not only you don't have to lie about your earnings or make any sort of financial claims, you could actually get better results not doing it. He also promised to reveal a source for swiping email subject lines that actually has nothing to do with email. And so honestly, I think it's one of the most incredible email marketing episodes we've ever produced, and I can't wait to share it with the list builders.
Wow. Can't wait to tune in for that one. So that is a wrap for another episode of List Building Lifestyle. We'll be back with you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kheifets, and until next time we talk, have a good one.
This is the podcastfactory.com.